Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to unpack something truly fascinating. We're looking at how a standard university syllabus is actually designed from the ground up to transform raw technical skill into real-world professional success. We so often think of engineering strictly in terms of equations and schematics, but the blueprint we're examining today tells a completely different story about what makes a student genuinely ready for the workforce.
Picture a seasoned engineer for a second. What's the first tool that pops in your head? We naturally think of cutting-edge software, maybe sophisticated lab equipment, or some incredibly complex applied mathematics. But what is an engineer's absolute most underutilized tool when they finally step out of the classroom and into the industry? Well, it's the ability to effectively communicate their brilliant ideas. Okay, let's dive right in. Today's explainer dissects a very specific piece of source material, the English for Engineers syllabus. What we're looking at here is a meticulously designed 75-hour blueprint, and as the course framework explicitly states, its primary focus is global employability and skill development. This isn't just some afterthought squeezed in between calculus and physics, it is a core competency.
So, here's how we're going to explore this toolkit today. First, the Professional Communication Gateway. Second, Tool 1, Active Listening. Third, Tool 2, Confident Speaking. Then, Tool 3, Analytical Reading, followed by Tool 4, Professional Writing. And finally, Unlocking Your Engineering Potential.
All right, let's start with Section 1, the Professional Communication Gateway, setting the foundation.
The language used in the preamble is actually kind of striking. The syllabus states that it, quote, embarks on a journey to master the art of communication, serving as a gateway to unlock optimum potential as professionals, end quote. This beautifully written preamble shows us right away that this isn't just about passing a basic grammar test or memorizing vocabulary lists. It's explicitly designed to help you articulate your technical prowess with absolute clarity, precision, and coherence.
So how does this actually map out? Well, the syllabus lays out 4 concrete course outcomes, logically stepping through the entire communication process. Step 1 is extracting key information by listening. Step 2 is presenting that information clearly. Step 3 is comprehending complex domain documents. And Step 4 is writing effective, industry-standard documents. It's literally a complete end-to-end cycle of input and output.
Moving right along to Section 2, Tool 1, Active Listening, Extracting Key Information.
Now, listening isn't treated as just some passive activity here. The curriculum dictates that a solid 19 hours of your time is invested heavily into this single foundational skill. Yep, it turns out engineers actually do have to listen to other people. That is a massive chunk of the 75-hour total, which really proves just how critical auditory comprehension is for a working professional.
And what's really interesting here is the methodology they use. Students aren't just sitting there enduring dry theoretical lectures. They are engaging directly with modern, real-world formats. The syllabus specifically lists using podcasts and TED Talks right alongside listening for instructions and practicing note-taking. It's highly practical training designed to hone your real-world comprehension so you literally don't miss a beat in your next project briefing. Next up, Section 3, Tool 2, Confident Speaking, Presenting Clearly.
Just like listening, another 19 hours are dedicated strictly to speaking. The symmetry here is definitely intentional, ensuring you can demonstrate your ability to present all that dense technical information clearly and concisely to anyone who needs to hear it.
The crucial takeaway here is that this section demands active, outward participation. You really can't hide in the back of the room for this one. The syllabus requires students to actually demonstrate product and project ideas, participate in debates, and engage in role play for workplace scenarios. They're giving many presentations and providing peer feedback. It's all about finding your professional voice and learning exactly how to defend your technical decisions in a collaborative environment.
That brings us to Section 4, Tool 3, Analytical Reading, Comprehending Documents.
Committing yet another 19 hours to this unit, the course really trains the professional eye. An engineer's desk is constantly flooded with reports, specs, and endless data, so this chunk of time is devoted entirely to learning how to quickly and accurately pull relevant data from incredibly dense reading materials. To build up that analytical muscle, the syllabus leverages a surprisingly diverse set of materials. Yes, you have the expected peer-reviewed research papers and journals, but the curriculum also includes news articles, spontaneous reading exercises, and get this, even book and movie reviews. This kind of variety trains the brain to adapt its reading strategies based entirely on the context and the source, which is an absolutely critical skill for navigating today's modern professional landscape.
Okay, on to Section 5,
Tool 4, Professional Writing Industry Standards.
The final 18 hours of the course focus on the ultimate output, producing tangible, error-free documents. The slight shift from 19 hours down to 18 hours here rounds out our 75-hour syllabus perfectly, dedicating this final push to mirroring exactly what managers and clients are going to expect from you out there in the workplace.
Here, students practice the critical elements of daily workplace correspondence. The experiments and syllabus items specifically list constructing formal emails, drafting professional reports, and structuring analytical and issue-based essays. So this is definitely not creative writing. It is functional, high-stakes communication, designed to ensure that your technical solutions are actually understood and adopted by stakeholders. Finally, Section 6, Unlocking Your Engineering Potential, the final assessment. Now, this brilliantly illustrates the real depth of this curriculum's design. The source document contains these extensive mapping matrices for different branches of engineering. And what we see is that whether you study agricultural, biomedical, or civil engineering, these 4 course outcomes universally overlap with core technical program outcomes, specifically PO9 and PO10. They consistently hit high correlation levels of 2 and 3 across the board. What this proves is that communication isn't just some soft skill hanging out on the periphery. It's structurally intertwined with the technical outcomes of literally every single engineering discipline.
So, how is mastery of this toolkit ultimately proven? Through a really balanced 100-point assessment pattern. It isn't just one big, high-pressure written test at the end of the year. It combines formal external exams worth 60 marks with highly dynamic internal assessments worth 40 marks. And those internal marks, they're generated through active skill assessments, mini projects, group discussions, and seminars. It tests you exactly the way the real world will test you, continuously, and in a bunch of varied formats.
As we wrap up this explainer, we're left with a pretty powerful realization derived straight from the syllabus itself. True technical prowess absolutely requires a powerful voice to be recognized in the industry. Honestly, the greatest engineering solution in the world just won't matter if you can't listen to the client's needs, speak about your ideas confidently, read the dense specifications, and write a compelling report. So we really have to ask, looking at this 75-hour blueprint, is your own professional toolkit fully equipped to translate your brilliance to the rest of the world? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating framework with me today.